KJ, as we've mentioned, and I think you probably already know this, we like to think of this podcast as sort of a movie club. And being a guest on the show means you are now officially in the club. Round of applause for KJ. It's a big day. He took work off tomorrow to celebrate. It's a big night.
I can imagine Tom's just been relentless. He's like, I'm the only Clubhouse member. So you guys.
Nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop. So now you have something
Tom,
to
he's
respond
insufferable. I kid, Tom. We love you. And well, as you probably know, like I said, we as we do with all of our guests, we have some questions we like to ask in order to get to know you a little bit better. You're sort of a unique case because we have some experience with you, but our listeners might not. So, with that in mind, let's just jump into our movie club questions.
What's the password? New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? I can never remember that. White?
I'm going to go first, and it's sort of a spin-off of the question I used to ask. And what I want to know is, what movie do you wish you could see for the first time again?
So this question kind of scared me a little bit, Tyler, actually. My mom watches a lot of movies and forgets them. Not literally, but she can watch them over and over and over and enjoy them again and again. So I'm nervous I'm on that kind of a trajectory. I also I love rewatching movies.
Yeah,
so
same.
So I guess if I had to pick a movie, it would be a comedy, right? You'd want to re-enjoy a comedy from scratch. So maybe The Grail or Life of Brian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now you listen here. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Now go away.
But with the caveat that I don't forget all the other times I've watched it, and I don't want to not have it memorized anymore. If you know what like
that makes sense. Yeah,
maybe an on-off switch.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
easier way.
Maybe
Granted.
When you're done watching it, you can snap back in. You get both memories.
There we go. That's
good.
Like
you get both memories of the first watch, and then you instantly remember everything.
Yep.
I think that's solid.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I think it's a fun question because, we were getting a lot of the same answers, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think everyone has an experience with certain movies that wouldn't necessarily be their favorite moment watching a movie, but would be fun to relive. And my answer to this would actually be a comedy as well. And it's The Hangover. I think I laughed maybe as hard as I've ever laughed between that and a couple other movies, but it would be super fun to be able to have that moment again in the theater for sure.
Fun to think about those, especially just like a comedy makes sense. Like you'd want to do that again. And you mentioned too, like Monty Python movies. And as the guy who pulls clips for these episodes, anytime we get to Monty Python, I end up just going on a little rabbit hole where all of a sudden it's like half an hour later. It's like, this is why it takes me so long to edit. Because I'm like, I want to watch him talk about like, well, I didn't vote for you. It's like, my name is Dennis. Like, how would I know that? You didn't ask me. I just like watch all these clips and you're like,
old woman, man, sorry. What knight lives in that castle over there? I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Well, I can't just call you man. You could say Dennis. I didn't know you were called Dennis. Well, you didn't bother to find out, did you?
I just like essentially watch the whole movie on YouTube. It's like, all right, I got to get back to editing now. So I think that's a great call. I love Holy Grail. I distinctly remember the first time I watched that, like, and just kind of realizing like, oh, this is like not like it was just my first, I think, really experience kind of like a dry humor or just like not like over the top, like kids humor, like, oh, this is still funny. This guy wants to fight, but he has no appendages left. And that's hilarious. I don't
Which
get
is
it,
funny,
but like,
I think
it's
that's
really
pretty
funny.
over the top.
It really does. Yeah. But like the way he says, it's like, it's just, it's just a scratch like that, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I think that's a great call. My question is the desert island question, which is one of my favorite to ask people who like movies. Cause I feel like it lets us know a little bit more about you, but you're stuck on a deserted island. You've got provisions, you got stuff you need. You're okay. We're not going to rescue you, but we'll send you like movies and food. So if you get to take the filmography of one, either actor or director, who would that be?
Well, so Ben, you were good enough to send the questions ahead of time, and I had misread this one. I thought it was, what actor or director would you like to take with you to a desert island? And at the time, I had a little bit of poison ivy. So imagining the sand and the bugs and the animals and the plants and the itchiness. And now I have to take a stranger with me. And it's just like,
yeah.
Right.
Not ideal.
And Affleck seems cool, but you're stuck on an island. And
I will say, in the setup, Ben was nice enough to say he was going to send food. I think that's the first time. It's usually just a Blu-ray and some DVDs.
Movies and food in that order.
Yeah.
So movies first.
And I mean, to be fair, that only happened after the first time that I couldn't ask the question when I was gone. And I think Matt asked it. And he was kind enough to offer food. It's like, all right, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like, I just kind of want to make them watch movies, but we can give them some provisions. So.
Well, so with the misinterpreted question, I was thinking it'd be fun to go a day ahead of Matthew Fox and see how he'd really do.
Okay.
Compared to
like that.
Well, his good looks and charisma get him out of this one.
Make him live for real.
Stay tuned.
But no, if I was to take a filmography, Roddy McDowell. You get the most of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Okay.
We get TV, right? There's always a question.
Yeah, anything they've done.
Yeah.
Yep. Bugs Life, Murder, She Wrote, a few episodes, Mork and Mindy, Batman.
I think that's great.
So I think I'll take Rodney McDowell's filmography.
Yeah, that's solid. And
pulling it up now, it's like I see his face. I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is. But now it's like kind of coming to me, like everything that he's been in. I could watch Overboard nonstop. That's great. Cool. That's an awesome choice. I like that a lot. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and another first.
Yeah, another first.
Yeah, that's a great pick. So my question, we've done a few rounds. It's one of our favorite rounds that we do, where it's essentially a movie that you love that you feel is just underappreciated and it's not right, and that no one else understands it the way that you understand it, or loves it the way that you love it. And what movie would that be? And we call it our unsung gems. So what is your unsung gem?
So my unsung gem. So I'm a little nervous that I don't know how sung this gem is. So, we're going to go for it. But
we'll find out.
Yeah.
Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I can watch this over and over and over again. But I don't know how popular it was when it came out. I don't know.
Oh, man, you get Brendan Fraser. Say no more. Yeah. I'm on board.
I remember with Alicia Silverstone and everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I remember it having sort of a moment. But I was young, But yeah, I think that counts. That works. I'll allow it.
I think it's great. I think
it's perfect.
Yeah. He really kind of like took a monopoly on this kind of movie with this and Encino Man. It's like, let's bring a guy into the future that he doesn't expect. But I love it. I think this is a super solid choice.
I mean, I don't recall anyone talking about it to me. Like, I remember the movie, but I don't recall anybody ever saying it out loud to me. So to me, it is an unsung gem.
Yeah, I think it's just one that happened to stick out from my childhood. So for me, I'm like, well, yeah, people heard of that, but I'm just, projecting onto the world at large. And it's cool because it's got two people who were so huge in their moments, and now we don't really hear anything from anymore. Although it seems like Brendan Fraser is sort of having a renaissance of sorts. There's rumors of castings in places.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Get that guy back.
Well, thanks, KJ. I mean, that's one of our favorite segments. We appreciate your answers and your honesty. And well, I'm glad that we got some food for you on your desert island.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for that, guys.
I mean, it's probably just popcorn and chips or something.
It's just, it's from the concessions.
It's not going to be healthy.